5-part success formula. Number 1 is know your outcome. Number 2 is know your reasons why. Number 3 is take massive intelligent action. 4 is know what you're getting. And then step 5 is to change your approach until you reach or surpass your outcome.
And Tony Robbins calls it the ultimate success formula, and Tony Robbins isn't shy from hyperbole, from using hyperbole. So clearly, this isn't just the success formula. This is the ultimate success formula. So you've got an example of how you've used it or how you plan on using it. What is it?
So maybe a little bit of a combination of both. So I was kind of just thinking about this, and it's what I really like about Tony Robbins is these types of formulas, these 5-step processes that you can kind of it's so simple that you can kind of look at it and interpret it and apply it to really anything. You can apply it to your day. You can apply it to your personal life. You can apply it to your business. You can apply it to a year, a decade-long goal. And so for me, I would assume that some people kind of already unconsciously do this themselves. Like they know, all right, I'm doing something new. I'm gonna have an outcome in mind because I gotta know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, so it's gotta be specific. And then I got to know, and then step 2, which I think is the biggest one, which I kind of go over in my example, as to how you not only kind of reach your goal or surpass it, but kind of continue to do it over time. Because if you don't have a strong enough why, or don't even have a why articulated, once you kind of reach your goal and you're at that point where you're like, all right, now what? If you have a strong enough why, it'll keep you to either set a new goal or just keep consistently doing whatever it is, whatever your intelligent action is. Mm-hmm. And so my example, it's not a real estate related example. It's for my when I started doing a podcast 2 years ago. And so when I started it, obviously I didn't have an outcome in mind. I kind of just did it because of a conversation I had with Coach Trevor actually. And over time, I would say that it wasn't a specific outcome, but I actually wanted to average 100 listens per episode. It was what my goal was. And this was just strictly of audio podcast. So I did that for about a year. My reasons why were also kind of shaky and vague, which is kind of why I one of the reasons why I probably don't continue to do it now, but we'll get to that in a second. But so my outcome was to get, let's say, 100 downloads. And so I took my massive intelligent action. I committed to doing just one, either interview-based or a solo podcast per week. Mm-hmm. Interview-based ones were a little bit more simple because you just find someone and then I'm not simple, but it's less. You either prepare less, because when I was doing the solo podcast, I would just spend 8 hours preparing for the podcast before I did it. And the taking the massive intelligent action and then kind of know what you're getting and change your approach. I kind of put those are all kind of together, because you're taking, I'm taking action, I'm doing my podcast, but I wasn't getting anywhere near the results I wanted. I was analyzing what I was actually getting, and I wasn't reaching my 100 views. And so what I did for changing my approach, I started doing the YouTube channel instead. Mm-hmm. So instead of just doing audio, I did a YouTube channel. I also kind of changed up what I was talking about. At the time, I was kind of talking about more self-help type of things. And then for my YouTube channel, I was talking more about social and political issues.
And current events.
And based off of current events.
Yeah.
And surprise, so my first, let's say, I don't know, 2 months of doing my YouTube channel, I would get, 30 views, 60 views, maybe I get 120 views. I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
Of your YouTube channel.
Yeah. Okay. I think I had 5 subscribers, which again I was happy about. And then I did one video on a current event, and it ended up getting over 100,000 views, and my subscriber base increased from 5 to about, what was it?
2,000 something.
Yeah, it was 2,000, almost 3,000 people in one thing. So if I would never change my approach, if I would have just kept doing my audio podcast, which it was, I was getting good positive feedback on it, but I wasn't reaching the viewership numbers that I wanted. And I think that for my personality type or my unique, we always talk about unique talents, I guess I was a better fit for the video than I was for the Just the audio. So I used to scrap the audio altogether and just focus on the YouTube. And then obviously I stopped doing it for for multiple reasons. But one of the reasons was that, and I was thinking about this morning before I came over, and so me getting those 100,000 views was kind of like compared to someone like winning the lottery.
Yeah.
And whenever someone wins the lottery, you think like, oh, it's great, I bought all this money, now all my problems are gonna be solved.
Be right back where they started in about 5 years.
Yeah, they'd be right back where you started. Or for me, it was the going from 5 subscribers to 3,000. I felt a pressure, and based off of kind of how again, this could be an excuse, or this could be actually true, but I didn't think I knew enough, and I wasn't confident enough in what I was actually saying to talk to that many people. Because typically how it works is you start, and for the first 2, 3, 4 years, you've got a very small listener base because you don't know what you're talking about, and you're improving your speaking skills, and you're kind of learning more and more of what you're actually talking about and how to present certain ideas. And I kind of just randomly randomly exploded into so many viewers, and I was like, all right, I don't think I know enough to talk to this many. Like, I don't think my ideas are well articulated enough to present to this many people and continue to do this for an indefinite amount of time. And so for me, my next change of approach is I stopped, and maybe this was about 3-4 months ago, and I've been educating myself so that starting next, and it just happens to be starting next year. It's not because of 2018 New Year's resolution, but once I move and I get my office all set up, I'm going to start doing the videos again, and it'll be very similar to what I was doing before. But I will, number one, have a lot more confidence in what I'm talking about, and number two, hopefully be less, divisive on the type of topics, and not be like, oh, this is my team and I'm against these people.